All right, well, boys, it is that time. I'm sorry, I did not. That timer was very loud. I am very sorry, but it is time. Once my camera loads, for Who Wants to Be a Grandmaster, I am here with a very, very special guest, and the reason that I say that every stream. Don't fucking at me, chat. I'm sorry, but this one is actually special because Gore and I have natural synergy, and that is because Gore and I are both fellow Clemson graduates. I was very surprised when he initially told me that. Yeah, go Tigers. I went to one football game.
I think so because I grew up in Clemson, so I feel like I know I've been to more than one, but like I think I only went to one while I was actually attending, and it was just because Katie was visiting. Like her little sister was touring the college. It was like the first weekend that we got to spend like in person together, and so we went to a football game together.
Nice.
I think that was like the only one. It was really cold, and that's all I remember about it.
Hopefully we won. Mine was the opposite. It was really hot. I was watching a sport I didn't enjoy watching, and I was drinking, and it was not a good time. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me. But again, we're here with Who Wants to Be a Grandmaster with Goremiser. So before going any further, I just wanted to talk to Gore a little bit. I'm sure everybody knows who he is. If you watch Smite or Smite esports specifically, you probably know. But at the same time, you know, people always ask, Gore, when are you casting? Nobody asks, Gore, how are you doing? I tried to freeball that. It kind of worked. Shut up. But Gore, seriously, how are you doing today? I forgot, somebody just subbed. I forgot to turn off my sub notification. Whoever just subbed, thank you, but fuck you. Hold on. You see, Gore, this is the difference. You got to be mean to your chat. You got to be mean to your chat.
If you
can't
bully
be nice
chat, then they're going to sub to you more.
Exactly.
Like, it's looking for the approval now.
Exactly. But Tomcat, thank you. 23 months. Jesus Christ. You have given me like $100. Anyway, I appreciate it. Thank you so much, babe. So, but Gore, seriously, I'm kind of curious. How did you get into Smite? How'd you get into casting? Yeah, I just want to hear it.
Yeah, so for getting into Smite, there was a group on YouTube called The Creatures. I think like a lot of them still are content creators. I know one of them like has changed. He used to go by Immortal HD, but it's like Alex. There's Sly Foxhound, Uber Haxer Nova, like a bunch of people that still do a bunch of like Twitch streams and YouTube videos and stuff.
I know some of those names.
They had been playing Smite, and like they just did a video on it. And at the time, when did I first see it? It was my freshman year of college. I had like just moved into my dorm, and my laptop couldn't run a whole lot of games, and I didn't have any money to play things. So it was like, okay, what can I do? I had like experimented with like playing WoW. I liked like the what's it called? Like the movement and the combat system, like being third person in an MMO and things like that. But like I didn't want to pay for the subscription, and so that kind of limited me because I again didn't have a lot of money. Then I see this video on Smite, and they're playing it, and they were playing Hebo. And I remember because like I remember thinking like the fire giant pit looked so cool, and like if you guys have seen the game in 2012, like those videos don't age well, man. It did not look too great if you watch it nowadays compared to what you see. But like at the time, I was like, oh my god, like this looks amazing. So the content was looking really cool, the combat looked awesome, and I was like, I'm gonna try it out. It was free to play, so that was like a double thumbs up to me. And I immediately, I loved playing the game. I was like a Hebo one-trick for forever, and then I started branching out, like I played like Ymir and stuff. And I just really, really enjoyed playing the game. I liked that despite being a MOBA, I didn't have to always play Conquest, and that was really fun, because like, I had no idea what I was doing.
Just like my ranked teammates.
So, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just like my ranked teammates. There you go.
But yeah, it was really fun, and like, when I started, because I went and I got a CS degree, got it right up there. And originally my idea was like, I want to be a game programmer. Like I want to make games and do that because like I get a lot of enjoyment from it. I want to work on something that lets other people get that enjoyment. And so what happened was I start paying attention. I'm enjoying a lot of Smite. I'm watching the esport every now and then. And I learn about the launch tournament. And I'm like, this is like networking event galore. I can go it's an event for their game. It's a big game. I'll get to meet people and see things like that. And so I go to launch tournament. I have no friends in the Smite community. I know a soul there.
Same.
And so it's just me hanging out, watching launch tournament. I found out now that a lot of people that I'm friends with or that I know now, at least our acquaintances with, were there. and like very similar experiences, right? Where it's just like a bunch of awkward kids sitting around in a room that fits like 800 people watching the same game because they enjoy it. And listening to that, I got a lot more invested in the esport. And then a year later, when it was the first world championship in Cobb, that was when, like, listening to the commentary, watching it with like the entire crowd, I sat in Cobb. If you've been there, the doors open up, and immediately for the first few years, there's a room where they were using that's where the casters sat. And so there was a row in the middle, and then right in front of it that was right next to them. And so I sat there all the time because the seats were mostly open. People wanted front row seats. And I got to see a lot more of like what they were doing, what they were talking to. You know, if Bart wasn't in a cast, then like he'd turn around and like every now and then you could like talk to him and stuff like that. And it felt very interactive. And as I sat through the event, I was like, I kind of want to do this. Like this is fun. Like I love like hearing what they do. And so like that week, I go home. I have my at the time she was my girlfriend, but my now wife Katie cue into a silver ranked game, and I'm like, I'm gonna record me casting it. And so I sat there for like 45 minutes casting like the worst plays in the world.
That's actually so funny. That's so funny. I love
think the
that.
video's still on YouTube too. I never took it down. So if you go to my YouTube channel, it's probably still there.
All right, chat. You guys know what to do. Someone's got to go find it. Silver 2 casting with Gore.
And then, but yeah, so I went down that, and then later that year, they did the caster, and that had like a prize pool and a lot of cool stuff. What I did was called So You Think You Can Cast. It was like just Smite casting. I think they brought in 12 people to like do 3 every week, and then they'd eliminate some and move people on. But that's how like Hindu knew my name, because I got put onto that as like one of the like, yeah, we'll take a couple people who are streamers, a couple people who are good at it, and then a couple people that were entertaining, and see what they can do to make the show out of it. Mm-hmm. And then I moved on. I got like 3rd, I think. I came behind Husey and Fats. So they got like a thing and got to cast at Worlds, but like Hindu remembered my name. And then from there, I started casting in like the community, doing Friday Night Smite. Eventually, I got brought in for the Challenger circuit, and then I got hired. Yes, like after a few years. What was really funny about it was that summer, I asked Hindu, "Hey, do you think there's ever a chance I'll get hired?" Because I just graduated. I'm looking for a job, and I haven't heard back from anybody. And he just told me no. And so I'm like, all right. And so I started branching out, and like, like I think Flairbu will probably remember this, but like a bunch of the tier monster guys, like at the time, I asked them like, okay, cool, we're gonna go, like I'm casting a PUBG tournament, and like I'm trying to branch out into other games, see what could happen, because I really liked doing casting. And then Hindu calls me one day, and he's just like, hey, so how would you feel about moving to Alpharetta?
You're like, you just told me no. You told me no. Well, no, that's actually really funny. I hold that over him
all the time.
That's funny. That's such a Hindu response to just no. They calls you and asks you again. But no, that's sick. All right, and sorry, I accidentally scammed that guy's sub. He asked, "What's your favorite flavor of Oreo?" Just gonna do that.
My favorite flavor of
Oreo. Just gonna do a quick question because apparently I have an ego for not asking.
Well, like. Is double stuff a flavor? I guess that's just like original flavor, but with
we're going with double stuff. That's
double stuff is definitely like
it's double the flavor, which is a flavor.
Well, it's just because like the original Oreos, they're not bad, but it's like the cookie to stuff consistency is a little too cookie heavy.
That's fair.
And so I like.
No, I agree.
The double stuff I think is like the perfect blend.
Okay. All right. Well. To finish off the introduction so we can get into the questions. So for anybody that's watched my shows before, you guys know exactly how to play it. But for the people that haven't, this is basically just a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire parody. So, and it's based off the tiers in Smite ranked. So it's bronze through Grandmasters and then 3 questions per tier. And then as Gore progresses through the ranks, he's going to earn chat if he could pull an inbound and fail on Silver 1. But as he progresses through the ranks, he's going to earn chat more rewards. And then, at the very end, whatever tier he misses his first question at, I'm going to give a reward based off that tier. We're going to play a quick game of marbles on stream. Gore, I'd love for you to cast that game. I can share my screen to you if you want to do that.
Sure.
Awesome. I forgot to tell you about that before the show. My bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we could do that, that'd be sick. But yeah, so basically, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but with Smite questions. There are also 3 lifelines. So 50-50, where I'm going to DM my contact. I like calling him my contact because it sounds more professional, but it's just Flare Boot.
Yeah.
Where Flare Boot is going to tell me to remove 2 answers. Phone a friend, which, as you guys can guess, you phone a friend to ask for help. Can be anybody. And then ask the chat. So Gore is not allowed to look at chat throughout this. And when he uses this lifeline, then he will be allowed to look at chat. So, you can join Marbles on stream if you're on mobile, brother. All right, so I'd like to say a quick thank you, obviously, to Flare Boot. Flare Boot's been helping me since the beginning. Been very, very helpful. And we actually added on a new member to the team. His name is Mutaba. He is awesome. And that, I think that's the main reason why this show, I'm really excited for it, because he was able to approach the questions at a different angle that Flare and I haven't been able to, because Flare and I together have probably made 500 plus questions. So Mutabo is able to come in with a unique perspective and add some new things that we haven't really thought of before. So thank you, Mutaba. Seriously, I'm really looking forward to working with you on future shows. And finally, Servonic, he makes pretty much all the graphics for me. Very good, so appreciate him. But without further ado, does anyone have any questions? I don't know why I said anyone, like you're the only one here. Gordon, do you have any questions?
Oh, I was gonna make a joke when you said anyone and be like, oh well, you have a ton of questions, but
I do have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I don't think I have any. I'm just like I'm feeling the old nerves, and it's like one of those things. I haven't been like super nervous about anything lately.
Yeah,
well, so this
you know what? Hazer has said something similar. He was on my last show. We both took a shot. If you ever want to do that, I have liquor in the fridge. We can go grab some, take off the nerves. You know, I'm a flexible host. I can do that. I'm an adult. I'm 24. Dear God, I'm old. I'm 24.
You made me feel older. Oh no.
All right. But to get into the first bronze question, we're gonna start rock bottom.
Okay,
Bronze.
okay.
Bronze 1. Who is Artemis's twin sibling? Is it Anubis, Apollo, Zeus, or Achilles?
Now, this is one that, first off, it's funny how I know it, mainly because, like, so Smite players, I think this is all-encompassing. Usually mythology nerds, right? They like gods of some sort. It comes from somewhere. And so you probably, depending on the age range of them, have read the Percy Jackson books.
Yup.
And that's exactly why I know the answer to this one. Because, like, and I don't know, like, because I think in Smite, Artemis is, like, goddess of the hunt or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think that's, like, usually what she's known for, but, like, she's also apparently associated with the moon, I think.
Something like that.
Some stories and stuff. And so it makes sense that her twin is Apollo of the sun. So
you are correct. And someone in chat just said, wow, Gore just called us nerds. That's crazy. You need to, I'm nice to my chat. You need to be nicer. That's what differentiates me. That's what differentiates me from other streamers. I'm nice to my chat. Anyway, the correct answer is Apollo. So if I think what I believe I know what the next question is. And Gore, I'm going to tell you straight up, this is the only time I will say, actually, this is one of 2 times I'll say this is stream. This answer, I'm going to ask this question, then I'm going to ask you another question, and I'm going to judge you based off that answer. But, which of these popular skin concepts consists of Hun bats in chef attire? Is it gun hats, bun hats, nun hats, or fun hats?
So I want to throw it out there. I like every single one of these names. Just because, like, so I hear fun hats, right? And the first thing I think is, like, I don't know, it's an old... Just look up Rejected on YouTube. It's, like, a really, really old meme video, and there's a section of it that's silly hats only. That makes me think of that. Gun hats is funny. Nun hats, Katie grew up Catholic, so it's really funny. But I do think I've heard, some rumblings, like using like a baguette as a mace, instead. Being able to get aggressive, things like that. I think I'm gonna have to go with bun hats on this one.
It is bun hats. Now the second question is: are you for or against bun hats? You already got the question right. Don't worry. But
I know.
Are you for or against bun hats?
For or against bun hats? I did notice there was some, like, dissension in the ranks. I've been seeing people say Bun Wukong lately.
I don't ever want to hear that word again. Don't ever say that again.
Yeah.
That is disrespectful.
I think I have to go with bun hats more. Yeah, I have to be for it. Mainly because I think you could have a lot of fun with his ult.
Thank you.
as well. Like I think there's a
agree.
lot that's in the kit that you could make work.
Thank you. So we're just gonna bump you up straight to GM. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we nailed it.
And the final bronze question. Gore's 4 bun hats, by the way. Just saying, chat. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
So the final bronze question. How many tails does Daji the 9-tailed fox have? Is it 0, 9, 21, or 667?
Now I will say, meme reasons, 21 and 667, real good answers.
Thank you.
But man, the 9-tailed fox.
It really gets you thinking.
You gotta, and you gotta take a breath on this one. Like you don't want to rush into an answer.
Yeah,
Sometimes
exactly.
it's misleading. I am exactly the kind of person who would like nickname someone the 9-tailed fox and have them have like 8 or 10 tails, just because like it's funny sometimes to be an asshole. But I am noticing. I'm gonna point something out. I'm noticing a theme here. As someone who's gone through like standardized schooling, both answers so far have been B. And now I'm noticing the 9 is next to B. This is where you start to get nervous. You don't want to establish too much of a pattern.
You know what's funny? There was one show that Flair and I did where like I'd say 40% of the answers were B, and then somebody called out in chat, and we were like, "Huh, shit."
Oh no. So that makes me feel a lot less nervous. Nor like test tasting. Like if you've ever like you go through and you've got like 4 C's in a row. You go back, like, immediately you're like, okay, wait, one of these is wrong.
Yeah.
So you go, like, you start second-guessing it. But I'm going to have to go with 9B one more time.
The 9-tailed fox does, in fact, have 9 tails. You have moved out of bronze. I'm very proud of you, man. Now,
hey,
can we give Gore a clap? Everyone give Gore a clap. But what's more important is if you get this next question right, it's the same question every time. You will have surpassed Fine OK and Inbound. And Gore, for the love of God, please get this right. What type of damage do phoenixes do? Is it physical, magical, a combination, or true damage?
Oh,
please, Gore.
Okay. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. For a long time, I had a misconception about this. And I know that was wrong. And I have, because Aggro yelled at me when I got switched over to Smite, because he said, I don't care that you used to cast this. We all had to sit down. He said, if you're going to be an analyst for the game, you have to read the Word of Thoth, right? So you like, there's a lot of stuff, I'm going to be honest, went in one ear and out the other, but like,
nice.
if I'm ever curious about it, I know exactly where to go.
Nice.
This was one of them, because, and I don't think this is true. In my mind, I used to believe towers were physical, and then like maybe maybe it was in 2012 or 2013. I don't think it ever was, and that phoenixes were magical, and that was never accurate. That being said, would be kind of cool. But cool. I do know this now. I hope, and I'm gonna have to say it's physical damage.
Oh, thank God! Fine OK said combination. I just kind of looked at him and I thought he was trolling, but. You are correct. You have officially surpassed 2 SPL players. This is huge for the program. Thank you, Gore. Thank you so much.
Honestly, you asked that, and I had a heart attack because my brain immediately was like, "Oh my God, wait."
wait.
I started second guessing it. I was like, I used to think it was magical, but then I was wrong. But was I actually wrong? Maybe I was right.
Yeah, no, you are correct. And thank you. I love bullying Bobby about this. It's my favorite thing to do. But the second silver question.
Oh man, at least 2 shows haven't seen this one.
Well, usually when people get it wrong, I'm just like, well, that's what we're going to do this time. If you get one wrong, I'm just going to keep going just for fun. Waste of questions if I don't.
Yeah.
So, I was just like, well, it was a fun 10-minute show, boys. But to the next silver question, how many broodling spiders does Arachne's third ability spawn? After somebody walks over it.
Broodling.
Yeah.
Okay. I will admit, the first time and this is bad on me. I read this, I forgot about the rework for a second, and I was like, man, it's been a while since I've laid the eggs of Arachne like around a jungle camp. That was ages ago.
I didn't even know that was a thing, so.
Yeah, no, so yeah, her kit used to be like, you would put eggs down that they would spawn whenever enemies were nearby. Her 2, she would like jump on someone's face, kind of like a jockey from Left 4 Dead, and you'd get lifesteal off of, like, you healed, they took damage. I can't remember what her 3 was, for the life of me. And then her ult was like just as essentially it was Sylvanas.
Yeah, I do remember the ult. I didn't remember the entire ult kit, but
it's swapped. It's now on the 3. That's her web, and if I remember, it spawns 2 spiders.
You are correct. It does spawn 2, but I do kind of want a face hugger ability now. On a god.
Yeah, honestly, anytime if I ever get asked for like opinions, I immediately say like, okay, come on. Oh, on a Wheelix especially. Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anyway, next question. Good job, Gorm. Last silver question, and then we move out. How much favor does a legendary skin cost? And you know what's funny about this question is I think newer players have a better chance to get this right than veteran players, which is why I'd put it at silver. Because, you know, when you're a veteran of the game, you don't buy like these types of skins. But if you're new to the game, you're looking at all the skins like, oh, this is sick. That's, you know, whatever. So, is it A, 7,500, B, 10,000, C, 12,500, or D, 15,000? And I can already tell how confident you are based on your facial expressions right now. Reminder, you do have 3 lifelines.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to use one.
You see, I see what I mean there? I feel like a newer player would get this every single time.
Yeah, well, and like, so this is what's wild. I can tell you how many gems they cost. But because like, I remember, like, I use my favor pretty often, but like, after like getting into the company, a lot of the time it's like, well, I'm gonna use the gems because like they'll give me more of those if I ask nicely. So like, I can just throw those around wherever I need to, and I can't remember the last time I bought a legendary skin, if I'm honest with you. I have so many pretty skins for everybody in the game that I never even think about it. And the first one I bought was because there wasn't diamond. I remember getting the legendary skin for Hebo way back in the day, but I can't.
Yeah, you shouldn't have mentioned you get gems for free. Now someone's asking you to give him gems, so.
See, well, I can't give gems for free. They literally like, it's not like I get a code. They literally like, it has to be put into my account. And they don't do it often. They keep track. If I have any in there, they don't give me any.
Right. Well, again, you have 3 lifelines. You can use them anytime you want.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this is not my answer. My inclination is 10K. But I'm not sure. I'm kind of split between that. 12,500 seems right as well, but like also doesn't at the same time. So I'd like to use my 50-50.
All right, Flair. Well, I could be an absolute dickhead right now with the 50-50.
And just get rid of the other 2.
It's up to Flair. So Flair, type in chat.
Let's see what Flair does.
Yeah, Flair, type in chat which 2 I should remove, or just in Discord.
Oh, you could be so mean to me right now.
Yep. Oh.
Honestly, it could also be 15,000. I'm gonna be honest. The only one I'm not like. I'm pretty sure it's not. Is 7,500, and I'm gonna be real wilded out if all of the answers that I think it is get taken off here.
Okay, so the 50-50's gone. I just got Flair's messaged. All right, Flair said to take away the. Let me make sure I'm reading it right. He said take away B and D, so the answers are either 7,500 or 12,500.
Damn, they're both enticing though. No. Okay, so let me think. I've been on the screen. I'm gonna get in the mind space. I'm loading up. I'm going to the gods tab. I'm clicking on Yu Huang, newest god in Smite. Go play. I see the gold skin. I see the legendary skin. I see the diamond skin. They all say 100 gems, and next to them it says.
And that number is.
Now, see, this would be so easy. If there was, like, a bug that couldn't display 5 numbers or something, I could at least, like, guarantee this. I'm going C. 12,500.
Well, I'm so sorry, but you are correct. Good job. You are correct. That's what we call an epic late troll, chat. We did it. But congratulations, you moved on from silver to gold. And this is where, between here and plat, when things start getting a little bit spicy. I'm a little bit spicy.
I'll admit, I'm not too happy about having to have used a lifeline prior to gold.
Ducky, I'm pretty sure when Ducky was on mine, he used all 3 of his before plat.
Okay, I feel like that's going to be similar.
And that's entirely okay. That's completely okay. Yeah. The lifelines are there for you to use, so use them whenever.
How many people have made it to Grandmaster
without missing a question?
Yeah,
I think it was only PBM. I'm not exactly sure. I know a PBM did get the most right out of all my shows. So I want to say PBM. I'm not exactly sure though. But anyways, we have moved on. You are not a silver gamer anymore. You are a gold gamer. And the first gold question is, how much movement speed do you gain after healing with Shield of Regrowth? Is it 10%, 20%, 30%, or 40%?
Okay. Now, this is one that is, I think, even more difficult. Only because I think this number has changed a lot.
Oh, has it?
The item. But my inclination... Man, I wish I hadn't used that 50-50. Well, no, it was helpful. Okay, my inclination is 40%. But... Because what happened was, Herc was buying it a whole ton.
Oh, God, don't remind me. Don't remind me. That was awful. Whoever created that meta, Jesus Christ.
And so I'm trying to figure out... I know we nerfed the item. But the question is, what did we nerf? Because I don't know. So 20% seems like a very reasonable number. 40% is standing out to me as the right number. And that's not helpful in any way, form, or fashion. And I can't think of a single person that I could call up and say, hey man, how much movement speed do you gain after healing with Shield of Regrowth, and get a good answer from them. And chat, I love you, but I don't want to use you right now. So we gotta keep it rolling.
Oh, I love that. I love that so much.
Chat. I might have to use chat here. Because, again, it's stuck between the two. 40% seems so right to me, but I know my brain is probably thinking of 4 years ago it was 40%, and, like, and it got nerfed after a single patch. Like, it would have been in for 2 weeks, and for some reason, that's what I remember. I hate to use it. I'm going to use chat. I need to use chat here.
You are...
I should know this. I feel bad that I don't.
You are allowed to open chat. Gore is currently... Well, within the next couple seconds. Yep.
All right, welcome
Gore is currently looking at chat right now.
Okay, so I will say, first thing I saw was someone said 30, and then immediately I saw D and then C. Okay, I've seen a ton of C's. That guy spammed a lot of B's, which technically balances out the amount of C's that I've seen, but not necessarily in terms of quantity of people. And Sheen just said tits.
Sheen is, in fact, a big fan of tits. Okay. That is not unlike him.
And you know what? Chat, I see a lot of C's. I see Ultrasonic Blur saying C, but I also see Jithens telling me C. And I like to believe very firmly that Jithens will not guide me wrong, as he tries not to guide me wrong on broadcast. And so, chat, either you're being obscenely mean to me for no reason, or I have to go with C.
Well, chat was correct. It was C. So good job, chat. The answer is not E. The answer is not E. Whoever just typed that out.
I would have gotten that wrong without you, because I would have absolutely said 20%.
But yeah, it was funny because you were like, 20's reasonable, but I think it's 40. And I'm sitting there in my brain screaming, it's in the middle!
And you know what? That's probably so the way things work usually, and like, this, like sometimes you have to like over buff something to get people to start buying it and then nerf it to like the right spot to make sure that it like, if you want it to be meta, if you want people to notice the changes. That feels like what would have happened, right? Like go up to 40%, Shield of Regrowth is stupid nuts, and then bring it down to 30. Still pretty good, but maybe not as bot.
Yep.
That makes sense.
Yep. All right. And as you guys might have noticed, I feel like Gore is pretty known for being the stats guy. So I specifically didn't put stats question on here.
Oh.
So specifically for that. Great times, but congratulations. Next gold question. How many poison darts does Sibling shoot upon casting the poison darts ability? Is it 10? Yeah. You are correct. 10, 15, 20, 25.
Well, I know immediately it doesn't match up with the targeter. Because I think the targeter shows like 8. Or it shows 10 and I don't know it. But I don't think... Does it?
Oh my god, there's a lot of people in chat that don't know it.
I'm trying to imagine... I haven't played Sibling in a while. So I'm trying to imagine what the cone looks like.
Yep.
And I'm using my fingers to be... I'm using them to be like the shootout. So that would be 8. Which isn't an option, so I don't know why I'm sticking with that. So 10 would look like that, kind of?
Somebody in chat asked, it does say so in game. It is in the tooltip.
So it's in the tooltip.
Yes.
Does it match the targeter? That's the question. If I like hover it in a normal cast,
I am not exactly sure. Flare, would you be able to confirm?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I can visualize the targeter, but I can't count.
Yeah, I genuinely don't know if it matches the targeter.
I don't know. It's almost instantaneous. Yeah, in my brain, I'm like trying to play the sound. Oh hell! No one's gonna know the answer to this. Who do I call? I can't like because Mifflin. I'm gonna be honest. You said like you can phone a friend. Immediately, I'm like I'm gonna harass Mifflin at some point. And just either tell him to get on Discord or yell. Do I have any friends that are online that would know this?
Again, you can just call someone on the phone if you really want, but...
What if Jithin's helped me in chat. What if I call Jithin on Discord? Be like,
no. He's probably at his computer. I can call him on Discord.
Yeah.
You want me to call Jithin's?
You know what? Let's call Jithin's.
All right, let's call Jithin. Let's call Jithin's.
Jithin's, I need you.
All right,
please know the answer.
All right, 1 second. I am going to add Jithin's. He better be here. If he's not, I'm going to be very upset. It's going to fuck up the camera, by the way, chat.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. Oh, I just closed my camera instead of your camera. Jesus Christ. Yeah. All right, Jithin's, how are you doing today?
Hey Jithin's.
So, you are on Who Wants to Be a Grandmaster. My name's Biaka, but you know that because you flipped me off last time I was at the studio.
Yep.
But Gore needs help with a question. How many poison darts does Sibling shoot upon casting his poison darts ability? Is it 10, 15, 20, or 25?
Why would you ask me that? Why
would you helped me with the last one. I just hoped that you would know. Who else am I going to call? My wife? She doesn't know.
I don't think it's an even number because I don't ever remember seeing a one right down the middle. All right.
Yeah, I just so you know, I said that. I heard Katie giggle because of me laughing at her lack of knowledge. So she's having fun.
All right, hear me out.
Okay.
My thought process is.
Okay. Yeah.
15 because I don't remember seeing one down the middle.
And you know what? I can get with that. I was thinking either 10 or 15. The only reason I was thinking
20
10
is too excessive. 20 and 25.
Yeah, 20 and 25 is absolutely way too many, right?
I just
15
don't remember one
almost
dart in the
feels
middle.
like too many.
Yeah,
well, like you said, it feels like an odd number.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing a dart in the middle.
Okay.
So it's got to be 15, right?
Is that your final answer?
Wait.
Gore, is that your final answer? Jithin's is not allowed to lock in for you.
Hold on, Jithin's. You're saying that you don't remember seeing a dart in the middle.
Yeah.
Then it can't be 15. Odd numbers would have it because then it'd be 1 in the middle, 7 and 7.
Oh.
So
that's
even though you were trying, even though you almost led me astray.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Dude, I don't know. I could just.
I can't tell. All I can look. I'm looking at the screen, just like staring at it. All I can see is his face and his hands. Did I just try to talk my? I can't tell if this is emotive, and he's trying to hide expressions, or if this is something that is.
I caught on to the dart in the middle thing before he corrected it, and I was just waiting for somebody to call it out.
Okay.
That's not a hint at all, by the way.
No,
but
it's literally just the difference between odd numbers and even numbers.
Yeah, that's what I was giggling at.
But Jithin's, I don't think I've seen a dart in the middle. My number originally was going to be 8. You don't think you've seen a dart in the middle.
I don't think I've seen a dart in the middle.
And so I'm going to, if I have to go with an even number, 10 is way better than 20.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
I'm scared to be here.
It is.
Do I have to be
The
here for
answer is 15. It is not 10.
No!
I'm so sorry, Gore. I am so sorry.
You were right. Oh, I mean, you were right, but you were wrong, but you were right. Oh, no.
Unfortunate.
alright.
Well, Jithens, you really screwed him. So,
Yep.
that's a block. All right, see you, man.
Bye, Jethens.
Unfortunate. But you did win, chat, a tier 2 skin chest. So you got that going for you.
Hey, you know what? There you go, chat.
And you did beat Bobby and Fine okay.
I beat, yeah, and you know what? I thought it was gonna go further. If I'm being honest with you, like after I got through the first 6, I was starting to feel confident.
But and again, you have an excuse. It was Jithens.
Yeah,
You have an excuse. Fuck it. All right.
really, 15 darts?
Yeah, they changed it. There was a change a while ago. It was 10, and then people were complaining that it wasn't consistent enough because like people would.
Oh yeah, and they needed to make it because like darts, if you were like in between them at the like max range, you could like just not get hit.
Yeah, so they changed it to 15. But hey, still won chat some goodies. So you won them more than what you would have won them in silver. So got that. But hey, one more gold question.
Okay.
Which of these gods did not receive a shadow skin from clan rewards? Is it Ares, Anher, Thor, or Iset? And then Iset was previously,
Yeah.
Okay, because she was that at the time. So
I know Iset and Anher have them because I've played with those before. So I'm tied immediately between Ares and Thor. I'm pretty sure Thor got one. Thor's like iconic. It would be ludicrous if we rolled out shadow skins and we were like, yeah, let's not give one over to Thor. Also, well, because what? He has Iron Gamer. He's got Blood Eagle. I feel like I've seen the shadow icon in there as well. And so with much less deliberation than how many Shibalanke darts there are, I think it's Ares.
you are correct. It is Ares. You know, it's crazy. If you called Jithens, he probably would have said like on her.
Yeah.
So there you go. You are, if you think about it this way, you are 8 for 9. Jithens is 0 for 1. That's crazy.
See, look, that's a good balance.
There you go. All right. Well, you have progressed to the platinum questions.
Okay.
I am very excited. So the first platinum question. Which of these abilities can not proc the bonus damage from Hydra's Lament's passive? So that means you already have like the Hydra's passive loaded up, and then you hit an enemy with this ability. Is it Vicious Barrage, Spot Weakness, Made You Look, or Horrible Burns?
Cannot proc it.
Yeah, cannot proc it.
Okay.
And do you know the correlation between all these abilities?
Well...
There's a reason I chose these 4.
Hold on, It's not anything to do with the letters.
It's like the type of ability they are.
Oh. They're all... That's a good question. Circles? No. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't remember which one Vicious Barrage and Horrible Burns are. It's probably not great.
All right. Well,
Or Spot Weakness. Actually, I know Made You Look. It really is the answer here. I know that one.
All right. Well, if we ignore that, what are you thinking right now?
So, let me think. Vicious Barrage. Who in the game would have an ability called Vicious Barrage? Who would have an ability called Spot Weakness? Spot Weakness seems... Why do I not know these? These are gonna be, they're probably stems, and that's why. If they're like, well, no, because if they're all stems, then that doesn't make sense. No, it does make sense a little bit, because then one of them
the logic is you. Let's say you just use a different ability, so you have the Hydra's proc loaded.
Yeah.
So let's say
I get you.
So okay, you know what the C ability is.
Yeah.
Right? Okay,
Made You Look is technically a basic attack.
Okay, so
it
yeah,
would
for example, if
theoretically
you
proc the
like
bonus
use the
attack,
2 and then the 1. That's what I mean. So with
Yeah,
other abilities, if you
okay.
use a different one, you have that Hydra's loaded.
Okay, so you've already got Hydras. It's just which one of these if you attack. Okay.
Yeah, so if you hit an enemy
Damn.
with these abilities, which one does the bonus damage? Because one of them does, or which one does not do the bonus damage? 3 of these
All
will
right.
do bonus damage. One of them will not.
One of them will not.
Also, thank
Now,
you, Obsidian, for the sub.
So here's where my mind is at.
All right, hit me.
Still have no idea what A, B, and D are.
Nice.
I couldn't tell you. If you ask me what gods they are for, what they do, by name, I cannot name them.
Nice.
That being said, I recognize the names between all of them. And I want to say... Well, no. Okay, I almost backed myself into a dumb hole. Mark of the Golden Crow is who you used to, not Spot Weakness. So look, see? Big brain.
Big brain.
Sometimes you gotta remember.
Slow progress.
But this is not moving very fast. Am I? Last time I was like, oh, I know this is Ares. Now we've definitely not hit the. I'm gonna go. Let's see. So I'm tied between.
Jithens, thank you for the sub.
I'm tied between 3 of them,
Awesome.
which isn't helpful. And
Well, if it makes you feel any better, you don't have any lifelines.
I don't have any lifelines. I've already got a question wrong, so it's not like I'm really losing anything if I get it wrong.
Yeah, you could just take a stab in the dark.
I'm gonna go with Spot Weakness. Spot Weakness seems like it shouldn't. Whatever it does, I don't know.
Is-
But it feels like an ability that shouldn't proc it.
It is not spot weakness. So,
Yeah.
the thought process, Vicious Barrage is Chernabog 2. So, let's say you dash or use the 1, and then you use the 2, which does count as a basic attack. It does proc Hydras. Spot weakness, let's say you throw a pin. So, Hydras is loaded. You use your 1 to basic somebody. The first basic is going to do bonus damage.
Which one is Spot Weakness?
Erlong 1.
Erlong 1. Oh, that's why I don't play Erlong, man.
Horrible Burns is Dodgy 1, so you can have the Hydras loaded. You basic attack someone, you get the damage. Made You Look is...
Made You Look does it?
It does not. So let's say you use let's say you use Merc 2, hit somebody with your 1, it will not do bonus damage from Hydras.
I guess I've never built Hydras on Mercury.
Well, that's why.
I was looking in the wrong place the whole time, dude.
Yeah, so if you damage somebody with any of these abilities, all of them will do the bonus damage from Hydras except for C. But the next platinum question. In which of these scenarios can a player not be pulled by a Wheelix's ultimate? Is it getting kicked by Gilga, getting kicked by Chiron during the second part of Cerberus's ultimate, so where they're actually like moving to the targeter?
Yeah.
And upon landing from a Naja ult? Like the couple, like, you know, the quarter second after the player lands after being Naja ulted.
And that's, so that one feels like not necessarily a red herring. That's not like the right term for it, but like, it feels like there's probably a technical window in D that it could happen, but not one that anyone is theoretically going to be able to interact with. I know I've seen. Because there was a huge debate, I remember, I think it was last year when Gilgamesh released, we were talking about it in the green room, and we were, like, trying to figure out, can you pull off of a Gilga kick? And I don't think that in that room, I think Aggro was probably yelling the right answer at whatever we were saying. I can't remember what he had said. But I think we've seen that interaction, so I want to say I've seen that. I know and if it works on that, it works on Chiron. I think I've seen it off of a Cerbolt, so I want to say it's D.
So to clarify, Naja, because some people are confused in chat, when you land from a Naja ult, there's like basically the player.
There's like a moment where the animation is like that.
Kind of, yeah. So there's a moment. There's something happens when a player lands from Naja, and I'm sure you could figure it out if you've ever stood next to like an enemy Naja's in the air with your teammate, and you stood next to where they're going to land. I'm sure you've experienced it. So it's during that frame.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with D. I feel like I've seen the other 3. It's.
You want to think about it, or
hold on? Yeah, I do want to think about it. D is still my inclination, but I want to think about Cerbolt and think about what I know about how it works. Because it's pick up and then the throw, but are they counted as a knock up because they're off the ground there while they're moving? And more importantly, can they be CC'd while they're moving?
Again, to clarify, this is after the Naja has like already landed and has like done all the damage. So
I think because I know during the initial and then going up, it's at that very end mark. I can visualize exactly the moment for a Naja ult that I'm thinking of.
Oh, it's the okay. Someone just brought up in chat. It's the enemy, not the actual Naja.
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody was like,
Yes.
Somebody was like, wait.
Okay.
Okay, so the enemy that Naja picks up, not the actual Naja.
Yeah. The only way I can describe it, I've got here. I'll use this. So if this is Naja and this is not Naja, Naja runs, hits, goes up, and then when they come down, there's like a little bounce for both. Like Naja goes back to where you ulted from, but the other person does like a little hop. But I don't know if that's simply an animation, or if it is actually a small knockup.
Okay.
And that's what's gonna. That's what.
So okay, so we are okay. Just making sure that means we are on the same page.
Yeah, I know where we're talking about.
Because it was kind of hard to describe in that little box.
I've almost talked myself out of D. But I'm still gonna go with it because yeah, I'm gonna go with D. I don't think I've seen that.
Well,
But it also might be because I've never seen a Naja and a Wheelish in a game together.
it isn't D. It is a knockup.
Damn.
It is not an animation. So when Naja lands, and this happens to every enemy. So when Naja lands with somebody, pretty much every enemy, including the person that Naja brought up,
Oh,
is
they all
knocked
get
up.
knocked up.
Yeah, so that's why I said like if someone's standing
like
next to the Naja. So like, let's say you have a Scotty because your ADC's cringe is next to your Nox because your mid lane's cringe, and then Naja takes up the Nox. Nox comes down. Both the Nox and the Scotty are knocked up.
Okay. In that case, my second answer would have been Serval.
It is not. Yeah, it is not serval. And I specified the second part because during the first part you can't. When they're like,
You can't.
Yeah, the first part's a banish. The second part, I don't know. We did some testing on this. It was funny, but I think you used to be able to get a Wheelix ulted off a Gilga kick, but not anymore. I'm pretty sure
Not
it was
anymore.
changed. So, all right, but to keep it going, to get it going.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird, but to get things going,
Yeah.
final platinum question.
I'm gonna message aggro after this. I got a guy on the design
Yep.
team. I gotta have a word with.
Which of these is not an ability or a passive? Shadow Lock, Shadow Step, Shadow Zone, or Shadow Strike? So three
Okay.
of those are abilities or passives. One of them is made up.
I know Shadow Lock and Shadow Step immediately are. Shadow Lock is Nox 1. Shadow Step? Hell, it might be Nox 3. I can't remember what her dash is called. But I do know Shadow Step is an ability in the game. Shadow Zone, I like to think I've casted a lot of Smite. I will admit, newer god abilities, and when I say newer, I do mean like for some reason over the last like 4 years. So maybe not that new. There's like that 2 year period I was on Paladins where I didn't play a lot of Smite, didn't learn a lot of the ability names. But I like to think I've picked them up over the last couple. And I think Shadow Strike is. So I'm gonna go with Shadow Zone. That one, I don't think I've ever heard the term Shadow Zone. And so I have to go with C here.
So fun fact, Shadow Zone is Cabrakan passive. Yeah. That was news to me. Because, you know what's funny? We were making this question. So the answer is Shadow Strike. That is not an ability.
Okay.
And it initially was Shadow Barrage. And then Flair was like, wait, there's like 18 strike abilities. Change it to Strike. So that's what we did. So, yeah.
Shadow Zone is such a lame name.
Right? You should get on that. You work for Hi-Rez. But yeah, no.
Like,
so when we were making this
legitimately a
question,
bad name.
we were looking at ability names and we saw 2 shadows. We're like, okay, we got to find one more shadow. And then I can't remember if it was Flare or Mutaba, but they were like, yo, Cobra passive is Shadow Zone. And all of us are like, what the fuck?
Everyone goes, wait, Cobb has a passive?
Yeah, I think it gives prods or something. But we are at kind of the midway point. We are at kind of the midway point in the show. So, chat, we are going to play a quick advertisement, a quick humble advertisement, I might say, and then we will get right back to it. So, 1 second, let me get everything loaded. Are you feeling down? Lonely even? Do you put on a mask where people think your life is okay when in actuality your life is in a never-ending downward spiral and every day brings you closer and closer to the edge? It's okay. I get lonely sometimes too. But to fix your loneliness, you can use your Twitch Prime subscription on the Biakai for a chance to become
Talking Daddy.
That's right! Use your Twitch Prime subscription for a chance to become
Talking Daddy.
Look at him, he's like 4'8" and he needs a big strong hunk of a man in his life.
Talking is sad.
With your Twitch Prime subscription, you could make
Ducky happy.
He might even let you sleep with him. Call that a
Ducky nappy.
So what in the goddamn fuck are you waiting for? Subscribe now for a chance to become
Ducky daddy.
Wait. Did you just use your Twitch Prime on Levi Smite? Daddy?
Ducky daddy.
Alright, welcome back! I hope you guys enjoyed that. And yes, I did ask Ducky if I could do that. I wasn't just gonna be weird about it and be like, yo, hey Ducky, watch this, it'll be funny. No, I got his permission. But now we see if it worked. And if it didn't, I am going to be... God damn it, it worked last time! Okay, well that was cringe. Alright, the diamond question. Diamond 1.
Yeah, let's get. Yeah.
Diamond 1. All right, next question. Before it's cringe. All right. Okay. First diamond question. Which of these abilities does not decrease both... Okay, hold on. Zordasar just came through. He gifted 2 subs. Thank you. That wasn't a prime, but we take it. We take that. Thank you, Zordasar. So, Gore, which of these abilities does not decrease both physical and magical protections? Is it Talu Assault, Dragonfire, Rend, or Clay Soldiers?
Man, I'm really familiar. I love to play Guan Yu, and I love playing. Well, I used to love playing Nuwa. I'm like, and I love Clay Soldiers as an ability, even though it maybe isn't like meta. Rend, Dragonfire. That feels like a Morgan Le Fay ability in my brain, but it also could be like 3 other people's abilities.
There do be a lot of fire magic.
There's a lot more dragons in the game than you did. Like,
Yep.
like I know it's not like an Ao Kuang thing, but then there's also like immediately my mind was like, well, wait, does like I know Coerce stays the same on Fafnir, but then it's like, oh wait, does like what, I don't know what his hammer's called, but maybe like when you're sitting in the dragon form, it's kind of dragon spit. That's close to dragon fire. Rend. Oh my god, I know Rend.
That was the one too. When I was like thinking of this question, somebody said Rend. I was like, why is that on the tip of my tongue? Like,
you can tell me, and I'm like, I know, I could tell you, I definitely know it is for real in the game. If this was, hey, is Rend in the game, and that was the only question, I could nail this. But who it was, my brain wants to say Set, but no, I know it's not.
Somebody in chat is confused by the question, so to clarify, 3 of these abilities will decrease an enemy's magical and physical protections. One of these abilities will either not decrease them at all, or only decrease 1. So will only decrease physical or only decrease magical.
Now, I will say, I can't remember the terminology on Clay Soldiers. Part of me wants to believe that I'm pretty sure Talu Assault is just protections. Rend, I'm not putting into the equation because I can't think of what it is. So I'm gonna ignore it for now. Clay Soldiers might actually just do physical prots. And that's what I'm having to contend with. Dragonfire seems like an ability that would not do either. But Clay Soldiers might be like the like lightning rod of, hey, it actually only does 1. And what I've learned out of this last few times is that when I'm inclined to think things like that, usually it's actually going to be Rend. Like, I'm ignoring it, so that means that it's probably the right answer.
You know what's funny? I had that exact same strategy when I was in college. I was like, I don't know what the fuck C is. We're just going to ignore that.
Ignore it, and normally what the idea is, I'm going to ignore it and try to convince myself the other 3 are not the right answer, right? Like, I don't care if C is the right answer. I need to prove to me that it's not A, D, and B if C is going to be right. But I can't do that. And so I'm torn on the right side column.
This man said, can we pause? I need to use the restroom. Okay.
Hey man, I talk a lot. You've got plenty of time. But not for this question. I'm going to lock in... do I go with my gut that Clay Soldiers is being ridiculous, or do I go with the idea that Dragonfire is just what it says? You know what? I'm gonna trust the back of my brain that's screaming at me that Clay Soldiers only does physical prots, and I'm gonna say that it's Clay Soldiers.
You used the wrong equation but got the right answer. I believe clay soldiers decreases only magical prots.
Oh.
But no, so you used the wrong equation, but you got the correct answer. And I'm going to double check just to make sure because I'm very, very certain, but since you were going on about it, I'd be really...
There's a chance, there's a chance that it does...
Let's see. Clay soldiers dash magical protection reduction. There you go. So on the clay soldier, I didn't even know they shredded prots. I'm gonna be honest. I did not know it shredded prots.
I knew they shredded prots. I would have gotten it wrong. Hey,
but you got it right though. You got it right. You used the wrong equation, but you got it right.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
If we change clay soldiers to do physical prots instead of magical prots, they might Nuwa might pop up in the meta.
But then her combo would do less damage.
True. Let's give them both. Just let them both.
All right, there you go.
While,
but
right?
the next diamond question. Which of these gods does not have a standard recolor skin? And by standard, I made sure to write a note. That means a non-mastery skin that you can buy with favor.
Okay.
So which of these gods does not have a standard recolor skin, which is a non-mastery skin, so not golden, legendary, diamond, that you can buy with favor? Is it Hercules, Kronos, Susano, or Ymir?
Immediately off the bat, I know Hercules has one. I'm trying to think. I know. Oh, Kronos has one as well because his recolor looks so good. It's the one that has it's more of a black theme in the colorization. I used to use that before Chronos 64 came out, so I remember that. So first two off the board. Susano. I don't know if people have picked this up. I don't play a lot of junglers. So
good. Susano's a cringe god.
Definitely.
I'll say it.
I'll say it. I tend to suck at assassins. I have 2 assassins I can play, and none of them have been meta for years.
Which one are they? I'm curious.
I'm good at Mercury.
Okay, that's fine.
And I'm okay at Bakasura. I haven't played him in a long time, so I'm not sure how well that holds up. I used to be good at Bakasura.
I'll give you a pass. The god is cringe, but he's not good right now, so I'll give you a pass on that.
Yeah.
I'll give you a pass.
I think even when I played him, he wasn't really that good. But yeah, no, a long time ago, I moved out of... I stopped jungling when I realized I couldn't keep up with everybody else who was better at it than me. That being said, Ymir... I play a lot of Ymir. Ymir has a ton of skins. But... I don't think Ymir has a standard recolor, and I think it's doubled by the fact that he came out in the first 20 gods, and so I think that wasn't a concern back then to have something like that. So I think that Ymir is the answer here. I'm going to go D.
Ymir is the answer. Good job, and it just clicked in my brain that Ymir was in fact not a part of the first 20 gods. So good thought process there.
Yeah.
All right, the final diamond question. Also, I'm gonna laugh if you get all the diamonds wrong, but the platinum, or all the diamonds are right, but the platinums are wrong, because that just means I messed up. That just means difficulty messed up. But the final diamond question: what was the former name of Doomorb's tier 2 item? So the item that builds into Doomorb. It had a name before its current variation. Is it Cursed Orb, Radiant Orb, Brilliant Orb, or Twisted Orb?
This is a good question.
Thank you.
And very much because I don't know that I've ever learned I know Light Blade is tier 1 if you're going into the Executioner tree and things like that. Whereas tier 1s for some reason stand out. Lost Artifact is one. Tier 2s usually follow that train of thought, but because Lost Artifact builds into another artifact and the orb tree.
Wait, you're actually it's actually right. I never thought of it that way.
That. And so I don't know where it goes now, let alone where it used to go. I've always called it tier 2 Doomorb. But Cursed Orb, it feels like if I'm going thematic, right? Mm-hmm. Twisted Orb, and look, hey, if who's my direct boss? So in order. Hindu Man.
I'm so sorry.
Alex Canatori, Vero, and/or Stu, because I think that's the chain of command down to above me. If any of you are watching this and I say something that you don't like, please understand it is personal opinion about names not sounding cool. And Twisted Orb, don't be sounding cool to me. I don't like the way it sounds. Brilliant and Radiant, they're both bright sounding, right? Which doesn't to me convey what should go next into Doom Orb. So I think Cursed Orb, again, it maybe kind of feels like a red herring because the cursed into Doom, but also that feels like it would make the most sense thematically to be like a Cursed Orb into the Doom Orb. So I'm gonna go A here.
You had the right thought process, but got the wrong answer. Cursed Orb is the current variant. It is Cursed Orb is the current variant. The former variant was Radiant Orb.
Oh, thank God it wasn't Twisted. Twisted sounds so dumb. I like Twisted Orb as an item name. Like, I feel like that would stand out to me because it's almost too on the nose, right? Like, it's almost too like, haha, get it because it's a Doom Orb. Okay.
All right. Well,
Radiant Orb, really?
Yep. It used
I don't
to
know
be.
if I like that.
It's I don't know. It's 3 syllables. I'm bad at English. I like cursed better.
Cursed is
But
better.
all right,
Cursed
we
and
have.
Twisted makes sense thematically.
Yep, agreed. So we are done with the diamond question. This next question, except for GM questions, because I'll go into
I feel
why.
bad because I realize that the answers that are like in the A, B, C's, and D's that aren't the right answer are things that you guys came up with. So I feel really mean now that I realize I've been saying mean things about them.
No, it's perfectly fine. But again, we made up C and D. Cursed Orb is current, and Radiant is B. But so this next question is personally my favorite question in the entire thing, except for the GM question. But I'll explain why I'm excluding GM. But the first Master's question. Which of these kill streak notifications were never in Smite? Yes, there were more. Is it Almighty, Invincible, Annihilation, or God Mode?
Now, I
love this question so much.
So I'm gonna say I think was never in Smite. So
yes.
There were others that were in.
So 3 of these used to be in the game and were taken out, and then we made up one.
Okay, so one of them.
So how do you find this shit?
Which one is made up?
Yep.
I think Invincible is still in the game. No, it's not. What is it? Kill streak or Killing Spree. Unstoppable. Godlike is in the game.
I couldn't even say all of them in order, honestly.
I know Godlike is in the game, so that immediately makes me think that God Mode wouldn't be because that's too much emphasis on the God. That being said, Almighty Annihilation seems like it would be in there, but then like that seems like one you'd take away because like maybe like thematically doesn't feel like it fits in Smite. Invincible seems like one that would be in there and then maybe taken away. There's kill streaks.
While you're thinking, Flair, if you're still in here, if you could send me the source on this question, I could show chat afterwards. Oh, okay. Flair, if you could find the closest thing to a source, but there were multiple.
Oh no.
Flair was talking about. Flair just mentioned how it was hard to get a source on this. We pretty much found 4 to 5 different, not articles per se, but pages that basically said it, but we couldn't find an official source on the Smite wiki.
Okay, yeah. So in my mind, there's Godlike in the game. And it feels like that is either an iteration on God Mode, which means God Mode was in the game and then it got taken out in favor of Godlike, or that God Mode is not the answer because there was already a God blank in the game. So I'm Almighty, man. Imagine you're playing the game, you get your 7th kill in a row, it's going great, and you just hear Almighty. Would actually be kind of cool in the right voice. Now that I've done it out loud, I actually
now that you've done it, that'd be sick.
Never mind. I've changed my mind on Almighty. I was gonna clown it, but now I'm back on that train. Annihilation just sounds cool. Invincible sounds cool. I'm gonna go with God Mode.
It was not God Mode. It was Invincible.
It was Invincible.
I believe the way kill streaks used to work was there was one source. So all the pages we found said those 3: Almighty, Annihilation, God Mode, all 3 of them. The reason why it was hard to find an official because everyone said they were on a different number. people use. So there's some articles saying kill streaks used to go up to 19, which I'm reading right now. There's a Reddit thread where somebody's saying it used to go up to 19. And then there's some that say it was every kill. So obviously they would need more kill streaks. Yeah. So it was like between 3 and 13 where, you know, the evens would have some as well. So
that makes, I guess, like kind of like in a way similar like Halo when you get like the triple kill, overkill, killtacular. Except those are all like within a certain. Like,
yeah,
we were
thinking of using one from Halo, but I was like, if I put Killtrocity in there, they're gonna know.
You would have to like the Halo ones wouldn't trick me, but that's just because I've played so much Halo in my life.
All right, same actually. I used to grind Halo 3 and Reach Customs. Good times.
3 and Reach Customs were like.
Oh my god, it was insane. So, all right, the next Master's question. Which one of these abilities... Wow, we have a lot of not part of the game. Which one of these abilities were not part of Sun Wukong's OG kit? Overhead Swing, Fleet-Footed, Furious Monkey, or Year of the Monkey?
Now, here's where things are funny, because when I know there's people in chat who are probably going to be curious about this. I'm assuming when you say Sun Wukong's original kit, we're actually talking about what has become Hunbat's. Because he used to be Hunbat's. Year of the Monkey was his ultimate, because when you threw it out, it went Happy New Year, and it had fireworks.
You know what's funny? I didn't even think you were talking. I thought you were just Hunbat saying it. That's crazy.
So Overhead Swing would make sense if it got translated then to Overhead Smash. Furious Monkey seems like a good name for the teleport back then. And so Fleet-Footed is where I'm at, but Fleet-Footed also sounds like it would be an ability. Like that, it's that kind of name. Like Overhead Swing is just close enough to Overhead Smash that it's like, oh well, it's always been Overhead Smash actually. And Overhead Swing was never the answer, or was never in the game. Versus Fleet-Footed. But what in that kit would have been called Fleet-Footed? The jump? And why would you call it fleet-footed? Fleet-footed to me is like what Merc 2 would be, where you're like you're swift on your toesies. I'm gonna go with fleet-footed here. It's either yeah. I'm just going with it.
You had it because it is actually Overhead Swing.
It is. Oh my god, I knew it.
You literally said it. You were like, well. You're probably like, oh, Overhead Swing. It's actually Overhead Smash. It is Overhead Smash. It was never Overhead Swing.
No, see, but my brain was thinking, if it's Overhead Smash now, but we did like a whole rework for it, then they probably shifted it. Like they were like, oh, we'll make it Overhead Smash this time. Yep. Damn, no, that makes so much sense because there's nothing swinging about it. It's all down.
Yep. Fleet-Footed was the passive.
The passive. Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's
and that is a passive is part of a kit. That's why
it is part of the kit.
It is part of the kit.
I acknowledge that. I don't learn them.
The final Master's question before we get to the really fun part.
I'm a big dummy.
The final Master question before we get to the really fun part, and I'll explain why GM is extra special for this one.
Okay.
But final Master's question. How many total kills do you need with Nuwa to achieve the achievement? I'm an idiot for wording it like that. To achieve the achievement skill shot. And again, total kills, so it's not in one game. So do you need 10, 50, 100, or 200?
Now, I'll give you a lot even more credit. This is a good question because who knows anything about the achievements?
Exactly. Thank you.
And not only that, but on top of that, this was probably one I retroactively got. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when it came out and it's like, oh, you've already done that thing?
Yeah. You see, the achievements in Smite are 50-50. It's either, hey, heal one ally with Raw 3, or it's get 15 kills with Tier Ult in one game.
Yeah, or there was the one, or like, well, not one, but I could see it, like, just stun 5 people at once with Guild Kick, and it's like, oh, okay.
Yep.
I should make the achievements. That's a good one. That'd be impossible.
Somebody needs to standardize these achievements, because Jesus Christ. I don't know. I defend high-res. I love high-res, but whoever makes the goddamn achievements. Jesus Christ.
They really are very back and forth. I wonder who does that. I actually have no idea how the achievements are made.
I don't know either. But what is your thought process right now?
I've been working here for 5 years and I don't know that. That's weird.
What is your thought process on these?
Immediately, I think, well, we just talked about how some of them are really low. 10 seems like, this seems like one that, as a joke, would need to be a big number, right? And so if you're averaging, like 2 to 3 kills a game on a Nuwa ult in a 30-minute game. That seems pretty decent. And so 10 seems easy to attain, but because of that number, 50 seems pretty easy to attain. 200 seems like it's almost too far for the joke. And so by process of elimination, I think it's 100 just because it seems like that perfect middle ground of it's going to take you a while to get it, and it's going to be funny when you unlock it, but it's not like taking you forever if you're trying to grind every achievement in Smite for whatever reason.
So your final answer, you're locking that in?
I'm locking in 100.
You are correct. And a funny story, I was like, I'll humble flex. I have all the gods diamond. No, I have all the gods diamond. And that's not just a flex. I'm single, by the way, chat. I have all the gods diamond, single. Then I was like, I like working. I like having a goal. I like working towards things. And I was like, you know what? Achievement seems like a next step. I got to the Nuwa one. I was like, I don't want to fucking play Nuwa. So I stopped.
You know what? Fair enough.
It wasn't like, okay, I'd have to get a couple friends, get some setup. But Jesus Christ, it's a lot of Nuwa games. But I'll probably get it passively eventually. So, before going into the GM questions, we have a story to tell. Once upon a time, in January of 2020, we'll go with that. I was humbly invited. Me and Flare Boot, they came to us. They said, I don't know who it was. It was Mr. Hires. He said, look, man, we're a big fan of your show. We want you to work with us. We want to give you lots of money. And I was like, fuck yeah. That's what happened. Real conversation. But I was really humble. Flare and I were really humble. We were like, we don't want to take your money. That feels rude. But could you put us on a game show? They said, of course. Anything for you, ex-Olympian, a.k.a. Golden Bolt nominee, Biakai. So, Flare and I went on a game show. The questions were a little bit difficult. So, and Gore was the host of this game show. And it was essentially...
Oh, no, wait, that means I should know them. Oh, no.
So, Gore was the host of this. And it was really fun. I'm not trying to, throw any shade. It was really fun. Yeah. I enjoyed it. But the questions were very difficult. So, for GM, we went through the questions and changed them up a little bit. We're asking the exact same questions, but, changing around some numbers, some words here and there, so they aren't quite literally the exact same. So before I read these questions, remember that I have history with these questions. I have some history. So to go into the first GM question, Gore. Before the match starts on the Season 9 Conquest map, you buy Bluestone Pendant and Mace with your starting gold. You leave the fountain, then go back into base and sell Bluestone Pendant. You then buy 1 Mana Chalice and 2 wards. How much gold do you have left?
Okay, I'm going to reread all of that. To make sure. So
this was a real question. And not only that, this question on the show that Gore hosted was off of the screen. So, unlike Hires production, I put it on the screen. Just saying.
And you know what? I remember, this is how weird it is. I remember asking this question, and when reading it, thinking whoever made it was just evil. You said if you got this right, no, you didn't. And you know what's funny? I got it right. I'm not kidding. I got this one right. So okay. So let me think. So first off, Bluestone Pendant is 800. I think. Mace is 750. Now, I'm going to go ahead and clarify for anyone wondering that or saying that I'm immediately wrong on those. It's possible. Prices change all the time in this game. And so just wanted you to be aware of this, okay? You leave the fountain, so immediately they lose cost. How much do they sell for? Now, that's something I should know, but I couldn't tell you off the top of my head.
Also,
sell it.
I'm being humble. Gore gave us about 15 seconds to answer this.
Oh, you want me to take 15 seconds? No.
I'm just saying. I'm a humble game show host.
Yeah,
just saying. But yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. My brain froze. You then buy a Mana Chalice. Mana Chalice and 2 wards. So wards are 50 each. So that's a hundo. Mana Chalice is 150, I believe. So that's 250. So whatever you sell Bluestone with, it's this number plus 250, and it can't equal up to 800, which good job. None of these do. So that didn't help eliminate any answers.
Remember that after you buy the first 2 items, you leave the fountain, come back, sell them,
Yeah, you
then
leave.
buy
So
them.
yeah, it's gonna you sell bluestone. So again, an 800 cost. When you come back, how much does it sell for? 5. So if I know those are 250, and I've got 260, so that means 516 is the max there. That one's less than 500. That's less than 500, and that's way less than 500. So I don't think it's A, because 183 seems pretty low. 516. If I'm thinking about it, if you buy a health pot, it sells for 33 out of 50. But does that translate to everything? I don't think that translates. I don't. Think
I'm wondering the cogs in your brain right now.
Well, so
the
I'm trying to
cogs in your
think
brain
if-
are going crazy.
So yeah, it's kind of this idea, right? Where if I have a health pot that I bought for 50, I can then go and sell it for 33 if I leave and come back. So that is a whatever 33 over 50 is as a percentage, which theoretically you could then apply to 800. So like 30, 3/5, that's 60%. 60% of 800 is what's 10% of it is 80 times 6 is 480, right? So 480 immediately is there if it's 60, and then 33 would be a little higher than that. So it'd be like around the 490 mark, which is much closer to 233. So I'm going to go with 233.
it is not 233. Also,
Okay.
Bluestone
I just did
is
a lot of math and it didn't get me into the right area.
It would have. I would have laughed so hard if he got it right. I would have laughed so hard. But it is 216. So the
Okay.
math. You start with 1,500 gold. That was your first mistake because you said 800 plus
Oh
750.
yeah, and that was 1550, wasn't it?
Yep. So it's 700 for Bluestone, 650 with Mace. So then you sell Bluestone for like, I think it's 466. And then you have 150 plus 466. Okay, I don't want to do the math in my head. Either way, it's
Wait,
260.
what did you say it was? 466?
I believe it's 466.
Okay, so that
700
spells
divided
for-
or times.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was
Fine,
doing.
six,
I was
six,
finding
six, six,
60%. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, 466. So you're left with 150 plus 466.
No way. Wait.
Which is
700. It's 700.
Yeah, Bluestone 700. So
All right,
you're
but
left with
it
150.
doesn't sell by 60% because if it's just 60%, it would sell.
It
for
sells by
420,
it
and
sells
that's
by
funny.
Oh, okay, that would have been funny. It sells by 2/3. So the sell by price is
Okay,
2/3 of the original price.
66%.
So you buy both items, you have 150 gold left. Walk out of base, come back, sell Bluestone. You have 150 plus 466, which is 550 plus 66, which is 616. You buy a mana chalice, which is 300 gold, not 150. So then you're at 316.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yep. So then you buy one mana chalice. You're at 316 gold. You buy 2 wards, which is 50 each. So that leaves you at 216.
Okay.
So-
Well, you know what? I got within.
I cannot believe you asked us this question.
I got within.
Well, obviously you
17
weren't the one to
gold,
make it, but
so I'll take it.
17 was
yeah.
close. But
17 gold.
I cannot believe people asked us this question. That's insane. But the next question, a little bit simpler. Who was the 70th god to be released in Smite? Was it Khepri, Jingchen, Sol, or Chiron? And for reference, we were asked who the 85th god was released in Smite.
All right, so I'm going to be honest with you. Trying to roll. My immediate instinct was, all right, let's roll back time. Think of God releases. I hardly remember the order they were released in last year, so that was a dumb idea for me to begin with. Let's see who would be, but 70 seems like a good number. But also, God, we were during beta, gods were getting churned out so much.
Yeah, it's kind of insane
70
going
was
back.
approached.
Like when I'll make these questions, I'll go look at like the god release like in order. There's an insane amount to start, and then it just
yeah.
starts, falling off a little bit.
And you can find like the design of the gods gets a little more unique when it slows down. And
Yeah.
the balance of them gets a little better. I still remember like release AMC. Because a lot of people talk about like release Guan Yu and like there were a lot of busted releases. Release AMC was fun to play in the jungle because you could put up your hives and cross the map faster than most people with speed buff could.
Jesus Christ.
You just zoomed, and you did so much damage it was ridiculous. But 70th god, man, who'd be good in like number 70? Khepri, draws my eye. Xing Chen draws my eye. I also play a lot of supports.
He said Khepri draws my eye, Jing Chen draws my eye, Sol draws my eye,
yeah.
Chiron's a pony. Fuck.
So like every single one of these, like they look like a really good answer as it turns out.
So all of these.
Man, who's the idiot who used all their lifelines and also got like 5 questions wrong?
Let's be honest. Who would you call that would know this without cheating? Yeah. But yeah, so I guess I'll give a small hint. All
Clumsy?
of these.
Wait, Clumsy might know. I don't think I could call Clumsy though.
All of these gods were released subsequently. So it went Khepri was released, and then after it was Jing Chen, then after Jing Chen it was Sol, then after Sol was Chiron, which mirrors the answers that Flair and I got.
Yeah.
I think the 85th god. The 85th god was what? Kuzenbo or Morrigan? One of those two. But that was the question we got. Hence this question.
So it's either Khepri was either number 66 and Chiron is 70, or at max range Khepri is 70 and Chiron was 73. I guess that would be 67, 68, 69. Yeah, 70. Sol.
It is Jing Chen. It is Jing Chen. Yeah. Again, this is just some fun questions too for the.
Yeah.
What's
that was good.
I can't.
I like that one.
Yeah. So
That's just hard.
The final GM question is: who was the god to be featured in the very last episode of the Smite YouTube series Drunk Mythology? And for reference, Flair and I were asked what the first god was to be featured.
Drunk Mythology.
Yep. So is it Achilles, Baron Samedi, Pele, or Hera?
Well, I don't think this helps me. I'm pretty sure. I want to say the first god was on her. For Drunk Mythology. I will also say I don't know if it's actually happening, but recently in a meeting, me and Mifflin both pushed. Actually, I'm gonna tell you there were a lot of video ideas that were thrown out. Mm-hmm. A lot of them involved drinking and Drunk Mythology. Drunk Mythology was one of them.
That's funny.
Another one that Dave has been trying to get going for a long time. He wants to do shot ones, which is just hot ones interviews, but instead you do shots.
I'm so. Hey, Dolson, I will do that with you.
Yeah, right.
I will buy the liquor.
The last god, the very last god. So I feel like
I don't know if this is much of a hint, but I believe there were 8 episodes.
Yeah, and they weren't. There was no rhyme or reason to them. I think they were. They
were pretty entertaining. Not gonna lie, they were pretty entertaining.
Oh,
I enjoyed
they're
them.
really fun to watch. I think they might have been themed around like the patches they were dropping with, but like at the same time, I can't.
Yeah, I think they did like 3 to 4 in quick succession, and then they were like spaced out a bit more.
Yeah, and then like 2 years later, there'd be like one Drunk Mythology, and you're like, what the hell?
You're like, wait, what is that? There are 5 episodes before this.
So Achilles, Pele. I feel like I want to. Baron would be a good one thematically because Baron's brew would make sense to then like do a Drunk Mythology, which might just be me loving dumb puns. Hera's Drunk Mythology would be a lot about talking about how Zeus is an adulterer. I feel like yeah, at least that's where my mind would go, and so that probably wouldn't. I mean, it'd be funny content. Would not help you learn who the god is. Achilles. I could hear someone drunkenly saying, "Yeah, he's that guy who gets shot in the ankle." Or Pele. And I don't know anything about Pele. Other than she's cool.
She is cool. She's very fun. I do like Pele, and it has nothing to do with the Avatar skin, which I'm kind of obsessed with.
The Avatar skin is real good.
Oh my god, you guys did such a good job with the Avatar skins.
The last episode, I'm gonna go with Pele.
You are correct. It was Pele.
Nice.
Okay, it's funny. You said Baron initially, and your reasoning was why we put Baron in there because life of the party, Baron's brew. We threw that in there for that specific reason. Achilles, I don't remember a reasoning for throwing Achilles in there, and then Hera was just like, oh, iconic god. Yeah. So.
I feel like, and I like how my immediate reaction was, what would I say about this god if I was super drunk? Yeah. And for Hera, it was, I'd talk about Zeus just doing anything but her. Like, everything that happens in their marriage is Zeus, like, he's got human side girls, he's got god side girls, he's got literally anybody other than Hera he was just all about.
Yep. All right, well.
Poor dude. Poor Hera.
There is one bonus question, and that is because Flair wanted to throw in a question called Flair Boots Revenge based on the game show. But you don't have to answer. Just wanted to throw this in there. Flair was insisting we put this question in. So Flair's revenge question is how many mages are currently in Smite? So is it 33, 34, 35, or 36? And I'm going to be honest, I genuinely don't remember. Flair threw this in. Flair threw this in and was like, yo, ask this question. I'm like that.
Hey, is this including Yu Huang?
Yes, it is. I'm going to be honest. I don't even have the answer written down, nor... Jesus Christ. Flair, can you send me the answer? Because I don't
35.
know.
I'm going 35.
I don't know, Gore. I don't have this question written down.
Yeah.
No.
Last in the dark. I'm going
All right,
35.
we're going to count, boys. We're going to count Smite mages because I genuinely don't remember. But it's not part of the actual show, so
I'll give you my reasoning. The reason I say 35 is just that I feel like 34 was a very recent number, but Yu Huang knocks that up.
24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. I lost my count. I got to restart. 5, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 25, 27, 29, 31, 32, 34, 36.
36.
It is
Damn,
36.
Yu Huang, you ruined me. Where's Lermy?
Unlucky. Yeah, blame the Lerm. But
It's all Lermy's fault. How dare you put out a mage?
how dare? Yeah, what the heck? The last mage we got was 2 months ago with who was it? No, it wasn't Atlas. Who was Shiva? The last mage we got was 2 months ago, according to Smite Twitter, which was Shiva. So how dare you release another mage? That was one of my criticisms when Yu-Hong was released of people. That people were like, the last mage they released was 2 months ago. I'm like, it was literally Shiva. But, so that is the end of the show. But we are going to do a giveaway. Since Gore did make it to gold, I'm going to give away a tier 2 skin chest. Actually, we bullied Gore enough. I'll give away an awesome chest. Let's just do it. Fuck it. Let's just do it. And we're going to play marbles on stream. And Gore is gonna be very nice and cast it for us because he is
I'll hype it up.
Jesus Christ. It's funny. There is some community leagues starting in 10 seconds. I hope the controls work. If they don't, it's gonna be super awkward. But I'm gonna turn off my camera. Gore, it's all you, babe.
3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to go and drop everyone in the chat. I didn't see how many people. 41 different marbles joined the race, and immediately they are there off the roofs. Now, this is going to be important. Positioning is important already. I see Young Sonics. I see Kazgad going down the proper holes, but look at this. Sansi Bell going around the corner with the right drop-offs. Whoever can get off this ramp first is going to have a nice, massive lead. And that's actually going to be Boat Wizard. Again, taking the lead right through the gateway of heaven and immediately down the arch. But you got to be careful going down these arches. You can see a little too fast, bumping into the wall, losing a little bit of momentum, but still making it around the corner. Goes all the way down, and it doesn't seem like there's anybody who's catching up. Boat Wizard is flinging forward and has a massive lead at this point. Tardux is just nowhere to be seen. Rolling around, they chose for the left side path. They're gonna come through, but now we've entered a place where slowing down, it's gonna happen to everybody. You have to be worried about this one. All it takes is a knock in the wrong direction, and Boat Wizard takes one. Dakota comes through and takes the lead there in the loop-de-loop with the boost. It's gonna happen, but you have to be careful again. These pegs will slow you down. Boat Wizard a close second with OPGs following behind, just barely in third. It's can you make it around the corner? No, Dakota and Boat Wizard opting to make a terrible left turn, and unfortunately for them, they go a little too far, but can they get down and save themselves? Dakota, first one off, and it's going to be bouncing back and forth. Who is going to be able to find themselves the lead and get the right turn? It's Dakota for right now, and OPGs, again, still in third. Tarnux, Dakota fighting for first place, and they're ending another slew of obstacles here. Every one of them going to knock them around, slow you down, knock you back if you're Dakota, and you gotta be careful about that one. Tarnux in the lead, and with a massive gap between them and the next highest, but an unfortunate stop slows them down and takes all momentum. Now Dakota, if they can get through here cleanly, or OPGs, they can take the lead, but they get knocked down. The stairs not gonna stop Tarnux, and they're going forward, they're falling down, and they're taking first place by a mile. Everyone else falling in, and Sardicator comes in. Dakota narrowly takes second place, and unfortunately for Boat Wizard and the others who are in first, they're just not gonna find that. The rest trickling in. We got our top 10. Who's down there in last? It takes courage one. Unfortunate positioning. And it looks like it's gonna take a while.
It'll get there eventually. I feel like Doug right now.
Oh, the
This
four
man-
knockbacks. What is the game? Pachinko! I forgot that word in the middle and could not come up with it to say the life. It's like that game on what it is. Wow, I died rude. You died. Katie.
Yo, Turnux, could you at me in the Smite chat and give me your Smite name? We'll give the chest away. And he actually made it. But yeah, Turnux is the winner.
Yeah.
At me in the Smite chat and type your Smite name. We will give away the chest right now before I forget.